بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا أقسم بهذا البلد. I swear by this city.
Meaning Makkah.
وأنت حل بهذا البلد. And you, O Muhammad, are free of restriction in this city.
Now, there's a اختلاف about the second ayah. What does it mean that you are free? يعني وأنت حل بهذا البلد. And there's a difference of opinion. As-Sa'di rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, يعني وأنت حل بهذا البلد يعني حلول الرسول فيها. يعني while you, O Muhammad, are living in the city. يعني you are it's the best city because you are living in this city, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's what he said. And also it said, وَأَنْتَ حِلٌّ بِهَذَا الْبَلَدِ. It means on the day when Makkah will be free for you to fight in it. And the conquest of Makkah. And when you're going to be free to punish people on the day of the conquest of Makkah. And there are other views as well.
وَوَالِدٍ وَمَا وَلَدٍ. And by the father and that which was born of him.
Ibn Jarir rahimahullah ta'ala, he says this is every father and every offspring, every parent and every offspring. Because that is something عظيم عند Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A parent and their offspring. Like it's said that the walid is Adam. وَمَا وَلَدْ is Adam's children.
لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي كَبَدٍ. We have certainly created man into hardship.
And I think rather than hardship, kabad is toil, struggle, constantly struggling. And your life is a constant struggle. And we've made your life like this deliberately. This world is sijnul mu'min, wa jannatul kafir, the prison of the believer and the paradise of the disbeliever. But the problem is that we see this world to be our paradise and we're constantly trying to make it our paradise. We're constantly trying to make this world our paradise. Like Allah created this life to be a struggle, to be hard work.
أَيَحْسَبُ أَن لَّن يَقْدِرَ عَلَيْهِ أَحَدٌ. Does he think that never will anyone overcome him? يَقُولُ أَهْلَكْتُ مَالًا لُبَدًا. He says, I've spent wealth in abundance. أَيَحْسَبُ أَن لَّمْ يَرَهُ أَحَدٌ. Does he think that no one has seen him?
And I've spent wealth in abundance, and he wasted. He's boasting about how much wealth he's wasted or how much wealth he spent against Islam. And I've spent so much wealth. Does he think that no one has seen him?
أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْنِ. Have we not made for him 2 eyes?
No.
وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْنِ. And a tongue and 2 lips.
No.
وَهَدَيْنَاهُ النَّجْدَيْنِ. And have shown him the 2 ways.
And so we've given him the ability to see, the ability to hear, the ability to speak, the ability to move. And Allah has given him the ability to do all of those things. And Allah has guided him to the 2 ways. What are the 2 ways? The way of good and the way of evil. An-najdain, yani sabil al-khayr, sabil al-shar. The way of good and the way of evil. Allah has shown you by fitrah and by wahi. By 2 things. By fitrah, your natural inclination. Naturally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made you see this is good, this is bad. And then revelation completes the picture. Exactly what is good and what is bad. Allah has shown it to you. So you're not now you don't have any blame upon Allah or any criticism or argument against Allah because Allah Azza wa Jal gave you the ability to see, hear and speak, and Allah showed you what is right and what is wrong.
فَلَقَتَحَمَ الْعَقَبَةِ. But he has not broken through the difficult pass.
Al-Aqaba is like a mountain pass. A mountain pass is like a hard path that you have to travel on. He hasn't got over it yet. And he hasn't got through the difficulty of life, through the hard road that will lead to Jannah. He hasn't gone past it. He hasn't overcome it yet. Now,
وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْعَقَبَةُ. And what can make you know what is breaking through the difficult pass?
yani what is it that will carry you over that mountain and into Jannah?
فَكُّ رَقَبَةٍ. It is the freeing of a slave.
And from the things that take you through the difficulties of life and successfully take you to the other side is freeing a slave.
أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة. Or feeding on a day of severe hunger.
And feeding the people when people are in famine.
يتيما ذا مقربة. An orphan of near relationship. أو مسكينا ذا متربة. Or a needy person in misery.
يعني ذا متربة, they say that he's يعني المتربة is a turab, and he's putting his hands into the dust out of misery. He's so miserable, he's putting his hands into the dust.
ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة. And then, being among those who believed and advised one another to patience and advised one another to compassion.
For it doesn't benefit a person to free a slave or feed the poor or look after the orphan if that person wasn't a believer. And it didn't benefit them. The most they will get from it is the good they did will come back to them in this life. But as for the believer who frees a slave and the believer who feeds the poor and the believer who looks after the orphan and so on, that's the one, those who believe, who advise each other to have patience. Patience in doing good deeds, patience in keeping away from haram, patience with regard to the difficult things that Allah decrees for you in this life. And they advised each other to be merciful to each other. Al-marhama. And each of you be merciful to the other.
أولئك أصحاب الميمنة. Those are the companions of the right.
And those who will receive their book in their right hand and go to Jannah.
والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة. But they who disbelieved in our signs, those are the companions of the left.
In the companions of evil and evil destiny.
عليهم نار مؤصدة. Over them will be fire closed in.
In muqsada, it means it's locked over them. They're sealed inside. There's no way for them to escape. There's no chance or no way for them to escape the fire that they're trapped inside.